Hello everybody, it's Diana, your Stampin' Up demonstrator, and like every week there's always something that I'm trying different. So I'm hoping that you can hear me because I'm going to be using my Condex, and this is what I use on my phone because it feeds to my hearing aids. So I think that it will make me sound louder, but I just want to make sure that you can hear me. So just say yes, we can hear you, or no, you are not making any sound. So if you would just let me know, because if you can't hear me, I need to unhook this thing so I don't keep going. But so I'm just hoping that you can hear me, and I will just, oh yes, okay, thank you, Ron. Because I just think that it will maybe be a little bit better, so when I'm not right next to the phone, that you're going to be able to hear me. So that's why I'm going to use that, and then I'm looking over in the group. All right, so anyways, good, yay! So I just hope that, because when I'm way back, sometimes I think that you can't hear me. So this way, this allows it. But I muted everything. I know, like this whole spiel. I muted my phone so it wouldn't make any work. And then I'm like, oh, well, is that going to mute this too? Because I am not a tech person. So anyways, so I am going to be showing the very cute. And I have to stop talking with the accents because it drives Jeff nuts. So I need to just talk normal. So it is the Joy to the World, and it's the October 2020 paper pumpkin. So that is what we're going to play with today. Now, a few of you commented and said that you got yours already, so maybe you got yours out, and then you can play along with me. So let me turn the camera, and we will get started. All right. So let's see. I also got a new phone holder dealy bob. And I know right there, that is too darn close. So let's see. I need to stand up. I need to stand up so I can see. All right. Because I can't make it any farther. Well, I can't if I don't look into it. So, yes, I know. And Jeanette, I want to sing that song too when I hear Joy to the World. So this is what we're going to play with today, is the paper pumpkin. Now, paper pumpkin is a subscription that you can get every month, and it's like a little box of fun in your mailbox. So what I did was because I get 2 a month. And so I opened one up. I have my good friend Marcy in Canada. If you need anything in Canada, that's who you want to holler at. She does hers live, opening the box, and I don't have the guts to do that. So I opened mine up, and so I kind of knew what I was going to get, and I made them the way they're going to. But during our video, I'm going to fiddle-fart around with them a little bit. So let me show you well, let me get the one that I haven't made, and then I'll show you the other ones. Okay, so here is the second box, and the box is so pretty. And then, so you get your stamp set, and it's a photopolymer stamp set. So it's got some cute little Merry Christmas, Joy to the World, to you and yours, sending some holly, wishing you a very happy Christmas filled with fun and laughter, and then your little wreath and some flowers as well. So it's got some cute, yeah, the box is super pretty. All right, and then the little flyer, and then it talks about what the words mean. So like in English, you have your peace, joy, love. French is paix, joie, et amour. I know it's not more, but amour. German, I'm going to pronounce these totally wrong, but Harmonie, Freude, and Liebe. Now, I'm pretty sure Liebe is right. My husband was stationed in Germany, so he says Ich liebe dich, which is, he told me I love you. So Liebe is love. So at least that word I know. All right, so then you have all your goodies. So let me crumple this paper up. I know I probably should keep it, but I just put it in the garbage. All right, so then I'm gonna show you all the goodies. I could go up just a little bit. Let me go up just a tad without messing with the phone. Oh my gosh, doesn't take much to get it all messed up. All right, so let me get this plastic off. I should have taken that off. All right, so you have all of this goodie. Come on, baby. All right. And it's wrapped so great, so everything stays so nice. It's got the cardboard there. And then you can keep the cardboard and use it for something. All right. And then you have the instructions. So it shows the finished cards and the instructions. And it even has the little ruler on the bottom so you can measure your ribbon, which is super, super fun. And I like that it shows alternative ideas on the back. It shows the finished cards on the front, but it also tells you what colors coordinate with it, which is super, super fun because that way you can use these other colors. So I like that. All right, so I'm going to set that aside. You have your twine, so I'm going to get that out of there and get this started. I'm just going to pull this to get it started. And then I have this thing I have shown before. It's like a memo, I think a secretary or a receipt spike. Maybe that's what it is. And then I'm just going to stick that on there, and then I'm just going to pull and trim. And then it doesn't get all wound up and crooked. So this is what I always have on my desk for my ribbon. You have your dimensionals. Then you have these fun little pieces of embossed cardstock. So you have a smaller one and a rectangle, and it looks like a sweater. So it reminds me of the sweater embossing folder that we have. Then you have your gorgeous ribbons. Your ribbons. I'm like reading. You have your gorgeous envelopes, and it has the decorative inside on them, so they're very, very pretty. So you have those. Let me stick them up here. Then these are what we're going to stamp our greeting on. And then you kind of want to flip through because the other part are kind of stuck in here. And I think they do that so that it protects these from getting squished. So then we have these two. And then, of course, the cards. And then these, the pretty gold foil greetings. So this is where your different languages come. And then we have the little glue dot things. And you know what I do with these? I just throw those away. All right, so just toss them away. Or you can put them in an envelope and give them to somebody. But I have enough stuff on my desk. All right, so I usually do not use those. I use these because these are a lot more handy dandy. So, but I love that they do include them because not everybody has the glue dots. All right, so that was what I was showing you. And then the little Just Jade spot. I don't think I mentioned that. But I never use the little spots. So I pulled out my Just Jade big pad. And I pulled out my Cherry Cobbler because that is one of the colors that is listed as going with the set. All right, so let me show you the finished cards before I fiddle fart with the ones I just pulled out of the box. All right, so these are the cards finished like it says to, you know, on the directions. Super cute, sending peace, tie the little ribbon on there. Very, very cute. So these ones I did as I was supposed to. Now, one thing I did do different was the Joy to the World. I just did all of them to you and yours instead of to the world because when I use them, oh my gosh, Mom is actually catching the live. So, so cool. Hey, Mom. All right. So then I did to you and yours on those instead of, what did I say? To the world. So I did all the to you and yours. So super cute. And that gold foil is so pretty. And here's another piece, to you and yours. And then there's some that go the other direction, and they're a little bit different. So they're the Merry Christmas and the little flowers. And they're so pretty, but it feels like it's such a shame that we're covering so much of these flowers. So I might fiddle fart with that as well. And I also want to show you, so see how my ink is just a little bit blurry there. So I'll show you how to get rid of that. All right, so here's another one. So these are all pretty much identical. All right, so there is the cards following the rules. Now let's be a rebel. We're going to be a rebel. So I have my stamp set already mounted. So let me tell you, so we have the little stamp set here. So remember I said that, let me show you a little trick. So sometimes when you get like the photopolymer stamps, they don't always want to collect the ink, or they don't want to get the ink on them. They will sometimes have a little bit of a bubble. So what you want to do is you want to take your Versamark pad and you kind of want to condition them a little bit. So now I use these already, so it's not going to be as bad of a deal. But all you do is stamp them on your Versamark, and my Versamark is well loved. And then just off to the side of the paper, I am just kind of getting all that Versamark off my pad. I mean, it's still a little tacky, but it's not going to hurt my ink pad. And what it does is it conditions that photopolymer so that it's going to accept the ink. It's not going to bubble up like it did on that one grading. Okay, so there's my code. Gotta love when I always have that code right there. So let's move those over here. Let's find the little doodads that have all the greetings. All right. So here are the little doodads. Now to be different, this time I'm gonna do in cherry cobbler. I'm gonna do my sending, and then you have one of these left over. Okay, and then the camera's in the way, so hopefully this is going to be straight. Sending, it's going to be cherry cobbler. Okay, clean my little doohickey. All right, and then I'm going to do the same with my to you and yours with the cherry cobbler. Can you see? I hope you can see. I think you can. Go to you and yours. So I'm going to stamp to you and yours on all the rest of them. Because what is this one? To the world. So I'm not going to use to the world. That's bad, right? But to me, like to you and yours is a little more personal when I send the card as a Christmas card. And I know joy to the world is a beautiful saying, but all right, so to you and yours. All right, and then Merry Christmas. So let me show you what do I do with the finished card. Merry Christmas. So it's got the green. So I'm going to do all of these with the cherry cobbler just because they're different. I want them to be a little different than my other one. And then the Merry Christmas goes right on there. Whoop. It's hard to stamp with the phone, so I kind of blurred that one a little bit. There we go. Thanks, Sharon. This is such a cute, I love this time of year because we know we're going to get fun Christmas stuff. In fact, if you are not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you still have time to get next month's, and I'll show you a sneak peek. All right, let me do the Merry Christmas. And then I'm going to just set these aside to dry. they take a little bit longer to dry than regular cardstock. The cardstock is a little bit different than, like, say, our Whisper White paper. So it just takes a tad bit longer to dry. But that's okay, because then, while that's drying, I'm going to get my wreaths ready to go. So you have these pretty little flowers I showed you, and then you have your wreaths over here. So I'm going to stamp my little wreaths, and now I'm going to use the Just Jade. Let me close that pad up. Oh, and then I was going to show you the sneak peek. So this is actually, if you want the gingerbread, jelly gingerbread is next month's paper pumpkin. And I'm so excited because look how cute this is. Like, that looks kind of cute. And then this is where, if you're in the States and you don't have a demonstrator, that's how you can get a hold of my, order the paper pumpkin, or just, you can holler at me directly or whatever. But if you want the November one, the gingerbread one, you need to subscribe by the 10th of November, because that's the cutoff date for the subscriptions. If you go after November 11th, then you won't get one till December. So this gives you plenty of time, you know, a few weeks to decide if you want the gingerbread one. So it's definitely, I'm excited for that one. Okay, so now let's get back to this one. All right, so this, and it's so funny. I have a niece called Jade. We have a Granny Apple ink, and I had a Granny, and then I almost got a Papa, because we have a Poppy Parade color, and my grandpa, we called him Papa, so it's pretty close, but it's too funny. All right, so I'm making that up like a million times more than I need to, but because I'm gabbing. All right, and then I'm going to come over here, and I didn't necessarily find there was a right way or a wrong way to stamp this on there. So I just stick it on there. Anyway, so look how pretty. So now you have that wreath with the little berries all around it. Super cute. So just like the greeting, I'm just going to set that aside to dry, and then I'm going to do the rest of them. So these are great. The paper pumpkins are awesome, so that if you are just wanting to do some, just, I don't like to use the word mindless, but it's just like, you know, you just want to craft, and you don't want to cut paper, and you don't want to have to think too much. You want to put the radio on or watch a movie. I think Christmas Chronicles, like at the next one for this year, is coming. You just want to have the TV on and just make some things. They're such a good thing for that. All right, so there's the third one. So they're super fun. They also make great gifts. You can also give them as presents too. You can give subscriptions away. I want to make sure you can still see, and I'm just going to keep stamping these, but I'm not going to finish all the cards just because I don't want to take up too much of your time. All right, so then this one. So I do have some extra pieces left over. Okay, we'll stick that over there, and I'll clean that after. All right. Oh, but I did want to do one thing that I didn't do in the other one. Hang on a minute while I have that out. All right, so this one goes this way. So this is going to be a stand-up card. So I thought what would be cool on the inside. So I'm going to take the inside of my card. So I haven't even decorated the outside, but I'm going to take the inside. I want to take my wreath. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use the one that goes the other way, because this one that goes that way has the wreath on the front. And I want the wreath to be on the inside of the card that doesn't have the wreath on the front. Okay. So then I'm going to ink up my wreath, and I'm going to stamp it off so it's a little lighter. And I'm going to put my wreath on the inside. And then it also came with these tiny little berries. So I'm going to get that ink pad out of the way. And then I'm going to get my cherry cobbler that I hid up underneath all these stamped things. And I'm going to ink up the little berries with the cherry cobbler. I'm also going to stamp them off. And then I'm going to stamp them on here every so often. So by stamping them off, it's lighter. I love to do this on the inside of a card. All right, so we have our little leaves, or our little berries going around. And then I'm going to take my, whatchamacallit, my Just Jade. And then we also got another greeting. Where's the other greeting, Diana? There it is. So this is the inside greeting. But I didn't even put it on a block because we're just flying by the seat of our pants right now. All right. So this goes on here. I'm going to see if it just, with me, like if it's just going to fit here and I'm afraid it's not going to get a lot of pressure, I usually put it on kind of cockeye. So that is good, but sometimes it can make me stamp crooked too. All right, so let's see if that's stamping good. Ooh, that's stamped good. All right, so now I'm going to stamp this over top, and it's solid. It's a solid Just Jade. So look how cute that is on the inside of the card. It totally, like, makes it adorable. And then you can just go, love, Jeff, Diane, Eric. We miss you so much. Come to Arizona and visit us. Mom. All right, I had to do that to my mom. Okay, so see how cute that is just on the inside. Now, I'm not going to do that for the video for all of them, but I just kind of wanted to show you, you know, how you could do the inside, you know, a little bit different. All right, so let's pull out one of the cards with the wreaths. And that's the one that the gold is going this direction. That's cool, isn't it, Katya? I just love to do that on the inside. So by stamping that off, it allows you to see your greeting better. So, okay. Then we need this tall. So this is the tall sweater embossed piece of paper. So now, and these are just the glue dots from the other kit. So I'm just using those up. Because look, I still had a bunch left over. Instead of using the ones that came with this kit, I'll use these up. So I'm going to, but you know what? This is what I did the last time. I stuck them all on, and then I realized, well, crud, I was supposed to do my ribbon. So 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm just using my grid sheet ruler. All right, because this is what I did before this morning. I stuck it on there before I put the ribbon. All right, but I've already put my dimensionals on there. So you'd think I'd learn from this morning, so I have learned. I have learned. All right, so stick that on there. So at least the ribbon is back there. I had to fish it through. All right, then we're gonna tie the ribbon on the side. Let's see, come on. Tie it on the side. And if you want it to hold better, just give it like a third little loop, and then it will hold better. It won't release itself. All right, so then you've got a nice taut piece of ribbon. Tie that one a little bit more and make that one a little bit smaller. All right, then we're going to take our beautifully stamped wreaths, and you're going to punch that out of the center. And then I'm going to attach with the dimensionals. So I'm going to put dimensional up on the top and on the bottom. And that's just going to straddle the ribbon. So it's going to straddle it, and it's going to puff it up a little bit. All right. Then I want my little greeting. So then you can decide. So see, it has the different languages. So you have your joy, harmony, Liebe. So then you just want to make sure that you pick. So I'm going to pick joy. So just be careful when you're ripping them out of there. So I have my joy. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to just eyeball so I know where the glue goes. And then I have my little handy dandy silicone doohickey. And then I have a couple, whatchamacallits, what are these called? Shot glasses. So this is when I went to Canada last, and I just put hot glue in there. And then I learned this from, I can't remember, one of Sarah's daughters. And you put hot glue in the bottom so the lid is glued in there. And then you can keep it upside down. And then this is one, when we used to go on, we went on a Holland America. So this was the fancy little one. So I did that one too. So I have a couple. So I can keep one at different workstations. All right. So then it just kind of tells me that I need to put glue on this side of the J and that side of the Y. I don't want any glue on the O because that's in the center. So you don't want any glue there. So then you just use your green tip glue. Less is more with this glue. And by keeping it in the shot glass, it keeps it ready to be glued. You still sometimes have to clean the little tip off, but it keeps the glue at the edge, like at the end of the, at the glue, like the tip, so you're not having to shake the you know what out of it. All right, so that's gonna go on here. So we have joy. Now the joy had a little dot right here, but these are the ones I'm doing a little differently. So what I did was I pulled out the gilded gems. These are gorgeous. And I always have to keep like at least one pack of all the embellishments not opened. So, oh, you can't hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Oh my gosh. No one has said anything, so I'm assuming you can hear. Can you hear? Because I can unhook, I can turn this off. Here, let me unhook this. All right, so I unhooked that, so hopefully you can hear me still. All right, nobody said we can't hear you, so I apologize. Okay, okay. So anyways, so I unhooked the thing, so now I'm just talking into the phone. So I always keep one of each of the embellishments that I haven't opened so that I'm able to like show you and so I can do the name right. Otherwise, I had these that I've used and I'm like, well, I'm not sure what they're called. And this way I'm lazy. So that's why I have that closed one, but I'm really using this one that I've already been using. So I'm going to use one of these bling blings of the gilded gems, and I'm going to use that to put a dot on my joy. How about that? So that makes it even more prettier. All right. So there's that one. And then let's go to this one that I already stamped like this way. So this one uses the square. And like I said, I'm not going to do all the cards, but I'm going to show you like one of each of the styles. So this one goes this way. So the same thing, you use your, doesn't that bling bling look good on there? It just adds a little sparkle. And it wouldn't add that much, I don't think, to the mailing. If you were worried about it, you could totally use the foil, you know, dot if you wanted. I just wanted to use some of my bling. All right. So this goes on the card, that sweater embossed piece, super cute. And then again, we want 18 inches. Let me push this up. So see, I don't know if you can see this or not, but I just measure, or you can measure with the directions, but my grid sheet has a ruler on it. So 15, 16, 17, 18. And it tells you how long to make it. And actually, I was going to do this one different. I was going to put it in here. So this is what I had to do earlier. I had to shove all this through. And then, so we might be doing it the way it's supposed to, because I forgot. Bump, bump, bump. See if it comes through the other side. It's like magical if it does. I have a little hook, but I took it away. It didn't. So I'm just going to do it the way you're supposed to. All right. So then we're going to put a little adhesive. And this is just going to hold the ribbon or the twine. So what I do is I put the ends inside there, and then I just kind of loop it. So you want it to catch here. You're going to make it come around here. You just want it to stick out a little bit, but I don't necessarily want the tails showing. So I don't do this tons, but this is how it was. All right, so then you just kind of like go stay there. Then we have our little beautiful little flowers. And again, we're going to put dimensionals. Now I'm putting the dimensionals towards the inside because they will hang out a little bit. And we don't want them like sticking out. All right, so remember I said that we were hiding all the pretty red. So this time I'm going to see what happens if I turn them the other way so that we can see the red. So see, now I'm going to be able to see that red up there. And then, so see, I'm coloring up most of that ribbon. Let's try this. So see, this is just me fiddle farting around. All right, then I'm going to take my seal. I'm going to put some seal there. Then you have these gorgeous foil. So you also have these pretty little foil banners. And then that's going to go on here. So see, by putting it this way, you can see a little bit more of the flower. Now I still have to put the greeting, so it's going to cover it a little bit more. But I feel like I'm not hiding, and I'm going to put dimensional. I'm almost used up all the dimensionals from my first kit, except the edges. So I'm going to pop this up a little bit. So see? So now I can see more of that flower. So I kind of like that better. Kind of do. All right. So then what I thought I would do is, now we have the red rhinestone basic jewels. Now the gilded gems and the red rhinestone basic jewels don't come with the kit. These are just a couple things that I thought I would add. Remember I did that simple to sensational video the other day. So it's kind of the same idea. I'm just adding some things to the card that I already have in stock. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put little gems on these little holly berries that are on the bottom here. So that just adds some sparkle and shine, and they fit perfect on there. So look how cute. And you can't really see that ribbon that much, but look how cute. So what I want to do, I know I said I wasn't going to do all of them, but I want to do another one this direction because I want to see how, so this is this one, but I want to see about the ribbon, so that 18 inches of ribbon. And what I did was, like when I did mine, I just cut all my ribbon at one time and then I just had it ready to go. So like when I have this is the right length, then I have it on my little spool, and then I just go like this, and then I cut it. So I'm not having to measure it each time because I use the other one as the measurer. All right, so I'm going to put the glue dots or the dimensionals on there, and I've almost used them up. So I'm going to do, now one's going to be a little lower. Okay, so what I want, because what I want to do is I want to tie my ribbon. I don't necessarily want it to be loop-de-loo, and I'm going to come over a little bit. All right, so let me clear off these dimensional backings. And I don't know why they're all over the house, as you see me flicking them all over the desk. The dog usually has one on him somewhere. All right, so there's my little ribbon. So now I'm going to move this guy over to the side a bit. So then I'm going to tie, just like I did that very first card. I kind of like that way of doing the ribbon instead of that loopy-loo stuff underneath, because it just seems like it's wasting it. It's a really pretty cherry cobbler twine, so I just as soon be able to see it. All right, so there we have this. All right, so then we need our little flowers again. I couldn't remember what was on this one. Or you could even put the flowers on the other one and put the wreath on this one. But I'm going to do the 2 flowers. All right. And then, let's see. And I'm using dimensionals. These came from another kit. Don't throw away your dimensionals. Now you can throw away the little baby blue dots if you want, if you don't use them. I will allow that, but don't throw away dimensionals, because you can cut all these around and use the whole thing, and then you have just nothing but a piece of wax paper sheet when you're done. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put my flower up because I like that I could see that beautiful flower more. And so what happened if I went like, I'm trying to think, if I do it differently. Nope. Nope. All right, so let me put the flower. I would have had to put the flower lower. So see how fun the kits are? You can just do whatever you want. All right, I'm going too long here. All right, turn this one. This will be my last one, and then I promise I'll be quiet. I just wanted to do the ribbon different. And so then this is going to come in here. Then I want to trim that off a little bit. So that's going to come in here like that. And then my Merry Christmas is going to, so then I'm going to trim this too. So it's got stitching all the way around it. And I'm just going to follow along that stitching and cut it away. So I'm making my greeting a little bit smaller, because we are our own artists when we do these. So that's why I like getting 2 kits. You do one and you follow the rules, and then you do the second one and you kind of act like a rebel. All right, so I'm going to put my adhesive on here. So now this actually sticks out on the one side. So it's just highlighting that gold like on the one side, and then you still have the pretty little tie. Did you find that sometimes you have to sand off the little bumps from when you pop out the flowers from the sheets? This one isn't too bad. I thought I was the anal sister, Jackie, but maybe you are. Or this one's just not as bad. If they are, I have known to trim them off. I don't think I've ever sanded them. But these ones are coming off pretty good. All right, so that changes that one up a little bit. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the bling. But what would be really cool if you were to do like Mary in the Just Jade and Christmas with the cherry cobbler ink. So you had two different colors on the greeting. That would be cute too. So anyways, but that just shows, you know, not tons of a variation, but just enough so that you're not sending the cards out identically. And then this one was the way that it was supposed to do, except I added that little bling. So, but anyways, so hopefully you enjoyed me doing the paper pumpkin. I don't do it every month, and maybe I should. But they came yesterday. I thought, oh, I have to do them for Tuesday. I have a cute little thing I'm going to do tomorrow for What You Making Wednesdays. And I think I want to try a YouTube live. So please make sure you go over to my YouTube channel. I'll put it in the links down here, and subscribe so you don't miss it. I just want to give that another go and get used to doing, you know, lives both places. And so anyways, so there you go. If you have any questions, please holler at me here. If you need anything in the States and you don't have a demonstrator, please touch base with me. Please use my code in my store. And thanks so much for joining me today. Night, night.